Tenz, Ye, and Demon1 are considered some of the best aimers in Valorant history. They put up jaw-dropping performances under immense levels of pressure. But what's their secret? The secret is not some aim routine or specific settings, but something that we all overlook. Hours. If you don't think hours are significant, let me explain. Let's first start with Demon1. Demon1 came to fame for his BM and amazing mechanics at Champions. Before coming to Valorant, Demon1 played a game called Unreal Tournament 4. Unreal Tournament is a tracking heavy game that requires next level forms of precision, and Demon1 claims that he has over 15k hours on the game, and on top of that, he has a couple hours on CSGO. Combine that with his hours in Valorant Ranked, which is about 718, and his practice hours on EG and NRG, he probably has close to 1k hours on Valorant. Add everything up, and that is close to 20k hours of FPS game experience. Some of you guys watching this video do not even have half of that. Imagine how much better you'd be if you double your current hours and were actually dedicated to improving the game. Next is Ye. Ye came to popularity for his insanely smooth aim and shocking performances in VCT with Envy and Optic. Currently, Ye has about 1.6k hours in Ranked and 500 hours in Deathmatch. And he was a former CSGO professional. I was unable to find out how many hours he has on CSGO, but the average CSGO pro has about 12k hours on the game. And when I did some more research, I found this clip.
Practice, so I probably practice in scrim for, I want to say 9 hours. I practice for in team stuff, and then I have about 3 or 4 hours of individual practice that I do sometimes, depending on what I need to go over. And then I also play the games.
Help you with a gun.
So.
He has close to 12 hours of practice daily. And when you do the math, Ye is just shy under 20k hours on FPS games in general. With 12k hours on CSGO, that means Ye has spent about 12k hours practicing the fundamentals of Valorant. Imagine if you did the same. Lastly, we'll talk about Tenz. Tenz has always been the face of Valorant, but he also has a relatively big following from CSGO. Tenz has about 10k hours on CSGO and currently has about 1.4k hours in Ranked on his main account in Valorant. If we add up all of his accounts, he probably has close to 2k hours. On top of that, all the countless hours of scrims since the game has started, this puts him close to 5k hours on Valorant. Also, do not forget, Tenz is an avid Aimlabs user. There is no source stating how many hours he has, but I would assume he has about 500. Adding all of this would put him close to 18k hours of FPS game experience. These are countless hours spent aiming over and over again, and some of you guys watching this video do not even have 5k hours of FPS game experience. The only FPS game I've played outside of Valorant is Apex Legends, and I wasn't even good at it, and I had less than 300 hours in the game. Once I found out how many hours these pros have dedicated to the game, it motivated me. Imagine how much better you'd be if you doubled the current hours you had, and imagine how bad you'd be if you cut your current hours in half. You would probably notice a drastic difference. So stop looking for a secret aim routine or a special sense to play with. Just play the game, and you will get your experience over time. Now, I'm not saying if you spend 20k hours on FPS games, you'll be as cracked as Tenz, Ye, and Demon1, but what I'm trying to prove is that it takes time. And if you are patient, you will eventually reach the level that you want to reach. If anything, I can actually assume that you can spend 10k hours on FPS games and be fully dedicated to improvement 24/7 and get the same results as they did. In these days, with a lot of stuff in life even, many people are just looking for the shortcut and the quick way to do things, and the reality is with FPS games as well, there is no shortcut. You just have to play the game over and over again and just improve over time. So, use this video as encouragement to just focus on putting in the hours to Valorant instead of trying to find some shortcut or finding out how you can be as cracked as Tenz is.